So let me tell you how Charles Sobhraj did what he did. His preying ground was the hippie trail of the 1970s. His modus operandi relied heavily on his personal charm. You just heard Amod Khan there. He could speak multiple languages, he could make friends easily, and he was a typical smooth talker. That's how he lured young backpackers from the West. Sobhraj would tell them where to stay, where they could shop, and where to eat the best food. Eventually, he would win over their confidence, and at that point, it was game over. Sobhraj would first drug his victims and then murder them, mostly by choking or stabbing them. In some cases, he also burned their bodies. Later reports indicated that some of his victims were alive when he set them on fire. Tells you about the evil that lurked behind all that charm. There is also evidence that Sobhraj stole money and passports from his victims and used these to travel the world. It was the nature of his murders that gave him the moniker Bikini Killer. Many of his victims were found dead in their bikinis. But his second moniker is linked to his rather slithery nature. Sobhraj was a master of disguise and manipulation. He could bribe his way out of very tough situations. He could slip away from prison with relative ease. In fact, he's done it 3 times in 3 different countries. Charles Sobhraj broke out of jails in Afghanistan, in Greece, and then famously in 1986 in India. Each time, he used deception to fool authorities. Let's focus on his jailbreak in India. Sobhraj was caught and jailed by Indian authorities in 1976. He was sentenced to 12 years, but he ended up spending 20. And the story behind that is very interesting. Sobhraj wasn't just wanted in India during the 70s, he was also wanted in Thailand for at least 5 murders. If he was extradited to Thailand, he would face the death penalty. So, towards the end of his 12-year term in India, Sobhraj broke out of prison. He distributed drugged sweets to his prison guards and then slipped away. 22 days later, he was arrested from a restaurant in Goa. The courts ended up giving him 10 more years in jail for breaking out. I know this can sound like a setback, but many criminal experts are saying that's exactly what Charles Sobhraj wanted. You see, Thailand's warrant for him had a 20-year statute of limitations. So by the time he walked out of Indian jails, the warrant had already expired. Technically, he was no longer wanted in Thailand. Sobhraj then returned to France. He got $15 million by selling movie rights and charged big bucks for pictures and interviews. We don't know what made him return to Nepal in 2003. Maybe it was the arrogance of having gotten away so many times. Maybe it's the typical serial killer's urge to return to his crime scene. Whatever the reason, that return to Nepal proved to be his final undoing. But one man did manage to stop Charles Sobhraj slithering almost 36 years back. That was Madhukar Zende. He's a retired Mumbai cop who cornered Sobhraj at a restaurant in Goa. It almost happened in a rather typical Bollywood fashion. Mr. Zende walked up to Sobhraj, grabbed his arm and said, "Hello Charles, how are you?" Mr. Zende is joining me live on the broadcast now. Mr. Madhukar Zende, good to have you on the show. How do you feel about Charles Sobhraj walking out of Kathmandu jail and on a flight to France?
It is decision of a Supreme Court of a country. What can I comment? As an ordinary citizen, I can only feel that such a dreaded criminal should not be permitted to live in society in this way. But I can't challenge their wisdom. It is their decision.
So your path with him first crosses in Goa. Tell me, how did you nab him? What was the tip-off?
Tip-off that he was railway police of Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus. They had arrested one criminal and they found that he is connected with Sobhraj. And then they immediately contacted our highest authority, Director General Mr. Joe. And on hearing that some clue is coming, because those days he was the most wanted criminal in India, And one newspaper had published my photograph with his photos, saying that there is one inspector in Mumbai who can identify him. So first thing DG did was he called me, and then he asked me what should be done, that this is a clue. We had only two clues. One thing is that he was using a motorcycle, the number was there, and that he is trying to contact his wife in America, and he is likely to go to Goa. So we decided that we must go to Goa. So two officers, me and two more officers went to Goa. And then we started searching for him. We went to telephone company to get numbers where he has contacted to see if he has visited. But the officer there told me that there is one hotel by name Kokiro. There most of the foreigners go for booking calls. So you better go there. And second clue was that one of the motorcycle specialists told me that this motorcycle is used by some foreigners. So these were the two important clues. So whole day we used to search for this motorcycle, and evening we used to go and sit in that restaurant. And on 6th April, these two people got down from a car and started walking in the hotel. When I watched them, I realized that they were wearing a sun hat. I said, why they are wearing sun hat during night? When I started observing them very keenly, I realized that one of them was Sobhraj. And he knew me. I was afraid, so I quietly got up from my seat, hid myself, then permitted them to occupy seats. They sat on a table, ordered something. In the meantime, I prepared my plan. I told the waiter to give my plan to officers who were sitting inside. Then two officers should go out, two in the passage and two near me, so that we can catch him. Accordingly, all the plan was there. As soon as plan was completely in place, I got up from my seat, went behind him, and just grabbed him, shouting, Charles! He says, who's Charles? I said, don't forget I am same Zende who had arrested in 71. He realized that now his game is over because he knew that everything is over. He just collapsed, he was nervous. So immediately I tied him down with all our revolver cords, asked the hotel wala to give me all the cords, whatever he had. We tied him down, put him on a car, made two constables to sit on him, and then telephoned to my CP that, sir, we have caught him. He was very happy. Oh, you come down immediately to Mumbai. You don't stop anywhere. So we traveled to Mumbai, but on the way only Panvel, many officers came to receive me. A special plane had been sent from Delhi to take him. He was taken away. And we went to the DG office where all the media was waiting. Doordarshan was there. Our interview started. And then Marathi, Hindi, English, the World War, all the news was there. Within 2 days, the Time magazine also published that Detective Zende arrested Sobhraj. It was a big news. And then publicity has been following me since then. It is my good luck that so many people are asking me how I did it. It's all God's will. And everybody contributed. All the staff, from constable to DG, media, the telephone people, ordinary people, everybody helped. So it is not my only effort. Everybody has contributed. It's a result of contribution of everybody.
Okay, so Charles Sobhraj made you famous. Any conversations you had with him?
He is a very, very brash man. He has no respect for Indian police or Indian courts. When I try to talk to him, he says, you have done your work, now you keep quiet. Let me do what I want to do. Now since you have caught me, you will become very famous. Beyond that, he refused to talk. He is a very, very brash man. Absolutely dangerous fellow.
Brash man and absolutely dangerous fellow, you say. But what was your assessment of your personality? Was there, in your view, a different aura about him?
It is no aura. Please don't say it is aura. He's a criminal. And don't try to project criminal in this way. There is no way anybody should glorify a criminal. There's serpentine. Actually, I was in Singapore. And then the editorial board was discussing about this serpentine in BBC. So they came to me and asked me, what do you think? I said, why you glorify criminals? Don't glorify him. It is very good. Yeah, nobody has ever glorified good work done by me, but they have glorified a bad work done by the criminal. Now, I don't know why all these channels want to glorify all the bad things. They should glorify some good things.
Okay, but the fact is that the serpent is out, Mr. Zende, and you're telling me that the world, he may be 78, but the world is certainly not a safe place with Charles Sobhraj out. In fact, even at 78, the Nepal government didn't want to take a risk. The day he was released, he was put on a flight to France. Charles Sobhraj, as you know, is a citizen of France. We leave it there, Mr. Zende. Thank you very much.